Hello, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Gloomhaven, the Guildmaster Campaign. So we're going to start off with the bookkeeping phase of the episode, and that is kind of clicking around, seeing what we've unlocked. This one here is the new scenario that we'll likely take on today. We still have this one unlocked, and but it needs the Cragheart to be in the party. Now I might do this. I think I might pull him in for the next episode, but um, I'd like to get this one unlocked. I think with this one being unlocked, we can start hunting down these relics here. And this one would be a nice one to start to unlock these relic scenarios. We also have some rewards to claim here. First is the Spice Coast. This one's important because we're starting to gain slots for enhancing our cards. So, you've made a good start on heading southwest, and we've got a few more towns contacting us for help, all the way to the coast. Boss? There's an Aether woman here who wants to see you. She says she might be able to help us. What are you doing? Reconnecting people, driving back the darkness, and preserving the weak. I deem it worthy. I shall grant you access to my enhancements. Come visit my tent, and together we shall improve your warrior's prowess. The more towns you unlock, the more powerful you can become. Well, she was straight to the point. Yeah, she was. An enchantress. Beware, her services don't come cheap. Now we have unlocked more of the world. Prepare for the danger to increase, but don't worry, the rewards will follow suit. I've also unlocked some more achievements to aim for. Great. So these are the ones that have been unlocked. 2 more locations to unlock, and then we can get to chapter 1.3. Low Town will be chapter 2, and Slosh Squirrel will be chapter 3. And in each chapter we gain an additional slot for enhancements. Okay, the Tinkerer uses an ability that places a negative condition 30 times, so we have done that. And fantastic, the Tinkerer has gained a perk point, so we'll come back to that. Enhancements, right, so with this, now we have to basically start using some of these abilities and elements, and then we can start unlocking these enhancements. Let's see here. 15 times per... So 15 times use fire, for instance, to unlock the fire sticker that we can apply to our ability cards. Inflict wound 20 times, use strengthen 20 times. So you get the idea. So, for instance, this one's a little bit different. We just have to move 300 hexes, and then we'll get jump. Right. So once we start unlocking these, then we can start applying them to our ability cards. Relics. I think these 2 are new. And I think I know what they are, but I won't discuss what they are. Not yet. Is there another one? No. And some more money. Claim the reward for killing 10 bandit guards. Let's see here. There's that exclamation point. We can make that go away here. Cool. All right. So these will just unlock. We don't really have to focus on them. There are some that I have tried to focus on. This one, for instance, Pain, Give Me More, is take 50 damage from sources other than attacks. So sometimes I'm ending the scenario by trying to find some traps. I do like to take money. The gold is pretty important, but if I can find a trap, I'll try and unlock this one. Doesn't mean I'm going to use it right away, but we can at least take a look at them. And I wish there was something. I mean, I haven't really gone too deep in this, but because I like spending my money on items and enhancements, but I'm not sure if this leads to anything. In the physical game, it does lead to something, but alright, I don't know how much you heard of an airplane just took off overhead, so yeah, in the physical game, this does lead to something, but I haven't gone too deep into it in the digital game. And finally, the enhancements. So she's called the Enchantress, but they're called enhancements, not enchantments. So the screen allows you to add enhancements to all of your abilities. I won't read that. I think that first sentence kind of says it all. But so from this screen, I won't spend too much time here. I think some of it's kind of self-explanatory, but on each ability card, there are a number of slots that you can enhance. So in this one, for instance, well, let's go to one that's more Provoking Roar. There's only one dot here next to the attack 2, so that means it can only be enhanced once. Whereas Trample, you can see down on this one that there are 2 slots for you to enhance. There are some things to keep in mind about the price here. So for instance, attack 2 with 1, the base cost is 50, and that's it. Let's go to Leaping Cleave. So there's only that one slot again, but you'll see that it's 100 instead of 50. So because it targets more than one enemy, in this case 2, then you'll multiply it by 2. The same goes for Sweeping Blow, for instance. You're attacking 3 enemies, it's still times 2. So you're just doubling the price of the enhancement. For the most part, I think actually the only thing that we get to do at the moment is just a +1. So you can see here +1 down at move 4 +1. Attack +1. Retaliate +1. So that's basically that's the most basic enhancement for cards. It is a good enhancement for a lot of attacks, particularly when they are attacking more than one enemy, when they're targeting more than one enemy at once. It is more expensive, but it makes the card that much more powerful. You can also see here that there's a dot for an enhancement, a slot here. And what you can do is add a new area to be attacked. This does change with relative to the number of hexes that are already there. This one's a bit more confusing, but you can see here that the price is 100, and that is because there are 2 slots or 2 areas that you're attacking that are targeted here already. So the price is, and they're not showing it, it's 200 divided by the number of areas that are already there. So in this case, it's 200 minus 2 is 100. For sweeping blow, it's 66 because 200 divided by 3 is 66. Let's see if I can find another one. Yep, so here would be another 100. I think maybe she might have a better one. Where's... yeah, hang on one second. No, I guess she doesn't have any area attacks yet. Okay, here we go. So this one would be 66 for the first one, but the price would go down to add a second one because it would be 200 divided by 4. If you pretend that this one is already taken, this one would be 200 divided by 4, which would be 50. So it becomes cheaper the more hexes that you add onto it. You can also +1 to the shield. So +1 for range, +1 for pull, and there's also +1 for target. So for instance, this one you could increase the target. So to increase a target, it's 50 times 2 because you're already attacking more than one enemy. So it's multiplied by, it has that multiplier in there. So I hope most of that makes sense. I don't have enough money to really do much. I could do, for instance, like a, let's see. I could do like a move, a +1 to move. But I don't really think that's necessary at the moment. 2 more things about this, and then I'll stop and move on. Adding a second and a third and a fourth, if they can handle it. For instance, I think Trample has one. So this one you can have 3 enhancements on it. Each time that you add an additional enhancement to an ability, that is the top half or the bottom half of a card, the price goes up substantially. The first one is, just this price. The second one is plus 75, and then I believe it goes up by 75 after that. So a third one in this case would be plus 150. I don't know if I've seen one that has 4, but I think it's 225. So you can see that as you're making the ability stronger, it gets very, very expensive. So the first one is usually doable. The second one, you have to save up quite a bit of money. And then finally, there's an additional cost for depending on the level of the card. So this one, as you can see, it says base cost 30, and then the card level an additional 25. And that goes up by 25 per level. So a level 3 card would be 50, 4 would be 75, and so on. So we have a perk point for our Tinkerer here. We've put in Confuse, and I think now is a good time to start removing some of his negative cards to make him more consistent when he's hitting, right? So we will take 2 -1 cards out. And that also increases slightly the chances to pull a muddle during an attack. So, okay, that's enough talking here. We'll go to Relic Hunters. This is going to be a little painful because Living Bones will have shields. Living Corpses take a lot of damage, but they also give a lot of damage. And then the Bone Rangers attack from afar. I can't remember if they have shield as well, but we'll see. Alright, let's take this one on. No encounter? That's fine by me. You reach the outskirts of the city, and it feels more like a giant tomb in the desert than a center of a once powerful empire. The archaeologists who once thrived here have long gone, and you see why as you pass burned corpses, peppered with arrows. Who has done this? Right. So, quickly... I think I'm going to leave Trample out. I don't think we really need to use that yet, or at this time. Unless... No, I think we're fine. And as for the Tinkerer, I don't think there's any of these cards that I'd like to bring in. No. And Spellweaver, same thing. I think we're good with what we have. I'm not too worried about this. These guys are pretty straightforward to control. You can just kind of keep some space between you two. And we need to take care of the Bone Rangers pretty quickly, so yeah. Let's jump in. Oh, one more thing. It should be fine now? Okay. So it hasn't changed lately. I think it just changed that one time, but... right. So we will go on in. And I believe the Spellweaver should be leveling up, but I'll be doing that in the next episode as part of the bookkeeping. Well, this is new to me. Undead with flaming bows. It looks as if their arrowheads may explode. Try and split up if possible. Right, so this is kind of what I hate about them. Again, I want to make it clear that I'm not mad that they put them in here. I'm happy to see additional monsters, just as the community has made additional mercenaries that you can print and play with for the physical copy, and I'm sure these will be implemented in mods if they haven't already. But I hate these guys. So they do have shield. So everything in this room has a shield. But if I can line myself up correctly, then we can do something like Skewer with that pierce to start piercing through them. But they don't have a whole lot of health, so I'm not that worried about it. But I think what I should do is something like disarm and probably leaping cleave, so I can do Skewer in the next turn quickly. He is going to start up here, but I want to disarm somebody, depending on who's going to be hitting the hardest. And it could possibly be this ranger back here, so we'll see. I don't want the Spellweaver to be that close. I'd rather the Tinkerer take a hit from, because they're going to be targeting 2 or 3. So in this way, this guy can only target the 2. We'll keep the Spellweaver out of the way. And we're going to want to bring in this one, the Mystic Ally, immediately. I think I like this tactic. It's not something that I did in the physical game, because I just chose a different tactic for her. But we should be able to do something like Fire Orbs and Mystic Ally to start doing quite a bit of damage. So we'll start with that one. It is 2 burned cards immediately, but the faster we get out of this and into the next room, the better. Another thing we can do here is Stun Shot. So in this way, we'll be able to have Disarm and Stun. And then Flamethrower to shield everyone. And what I might do... No, I think it's better to have her up here. It did suggest that we should split up, and I think what that does is if this Bone Ranger attacks the Brute, for instance, it will deal damage to everyone adjacent. So we'll see if that's necessary. Yep. Okay. And I could have had her go earlier. I don't know why I had her go so late. I usually click on that card first. I don't think it would matter, but... So the Ranger Elite's going to attack for 4. So's the Bone Ranger, just at a shorter range. So these guys are going to be pretty dangerous. And actually, they're attacking for 3, and they're attacking for 2. So a lot of this is going to be pretty dangerous. Luckily, we can deal with some of that damage with the shield from the Tinkerer. Let's see here. Now I could kind of, let's think. I could come over here, disarm, or I could even jump and disarm, right? Another thing I could do is disarm one of these guys. They're all going to be attacking. This is going to be a pretty terrible turn, but let's get through it here. So disarm one of these. Yeah, I think I have to get away. Because disarming this one is going to be pretty important. And then the Tinkerer can stun the other one. It does kind of pull away from the the effective shield for the brute, but he does have his own shield, so he should be fine. Okay, so stun shot, we want to stun the other. And this actually lines this up really nicely for Skewer for next round. Another thing that I could do actually is, let's clear this and undo. Another thing I could do actually is move up and attack 3 on something like this or these guys and wound them. That would be a nice idea, but they'd still be attacking, and then he's down a shield. So I think it's important to grab this shield for these two. And then stun this guy. Those guys are going to be doing the most damage, so with 2 of them down, we can kind of focus on other things. What? I can't afford to take 8 damage in the first turn. All right, balance measure, you're gone already. Okay. Alright. So, other than burning a card that fast, that it could have gone a lot worse, right? So, there's no changing my plans here. I'm going to bring in the Mystic Ally, and then in this case, I really want to be dealing damage to these guys, so clear the targets. We want Eagle Eye Goggles, we want the Minor Power Potion, and we want to hit here, here, and probably try and take this guy out too. If one of these can die, that would be fantastic. Yeah, so it's not... Ah, right. He was down 1 health already. I could go invisible, but I want to say that it's not necessary. Yeah, let's not go invisible. I think we can go early enough, and we should be able to kill this guy before he attacks again. Unfortunately, it's not looking good for Skewer. Maybe jump over here, he could do that. So, but we do have fire. Yeah, I'm gonna say no to invisible. She's already used the other items, so let's make sure she doesn't use everything in the first turn. All right, so we want Skewer, and I'm thinking eye for an eye for the initiative. This way we can kind of move over here and Skewer through. That would remove the shield for both of these, maybe kill them both, or at least one, right? Okay. We want Flame Strike so we can use the wound. And I'm thinking... I'm afraid that he's going to be going early. So I could do something like this, but I don't want to waste that. I like having these two attacks. So I think what I'm going to do actually is reviving Ether so that I can jump away. It might not be like jumping in here. It might just be, like step back so that I can attack. Or it might be to jump out here. We'll see what we'll see what happens anyway. Now he doesn't have any. What we could do is this one. That might be a good. We'll have to go earlier than 36, which isn't a problem. But maybe doing something like Reviving Shock. Yeah, Reviving Shock with 34. This isn't necessarily very early. The Living Bones can go ahead of that fairly easily. I'm hoping that they don't go very early and heal and shield up. And I don't necessarily remember what their initiatives tend to be. So let's go with this. I don't think anyone's going to die. Yeah, so 36s and 45s. So they're basically doing the same thing that they did before. I think the exact same thing. And the Rangers are dealing less damage, but at a higher range. So we should be able to deal with some of this. Yep, come back here. I'm not going to heal, but we will do this and attack in this direction. If we can get a +1 on the Ranger, that would be lovely. And we got a 0. Okay, well, 1 down. There's nothing I can do about that. Next, let's make our attacks very heavy. This is going to impact the Mystic Ally, which is pretty nice. We do want to attack you. And what we could do is attack this guy and hold him here. So do something like this, and then weighted net. Yeah, let's clear everything for a second. I think this is important. Now we will line up the targets and weighted net on you. So now I wish the icon for immobilize would blink similar to this on the target that you chose, just so you know that you've done it. But I'll click again and make sure. Okay, 1 down. Oh, that was fantastic. Fantastic hit. Alright, so that's the Tinkerer's turn. Oh yeah. So what I could do is punch him, and if it doesn't kill him, I still have this, right? I could do that. But I think what I want to do, because this is going to wound anyway, let's jump over here. Yeah, I will jump here to pick up some of this loot, skip the rest of that movement, and now hit him and wound him. So even if he doesn't die, which it does, I could have used that for somebody else, but I didn't want the Mystic Ally to die. So we don't have to worry about this one. This one's going to be attacking here. We don't have to worry about that. No damage. Well, I think that's pretty fair. I didn't hit you, you didn't hit me. So since she's the closest to here, I think it's important that we try and kill her, or try and kill this elite Bone Ranger early. So we want to go very early with, so that our Mystic Ally can go, probably move here and attack there, which will be nice. And let's use Impaling Eruption just for the move. We can figure out if we want to move. Yeah. And now, Toxic Bolt for the Elite Ranger. And maybe Ink Bomb just to get moving. I think that's a good idea. And now yeah, Warding Strength to push, and then Shield Bash to move. So I could move here and then push it here. So she will have to move out of that way. But that should be enough, and they're all going later, which is nice. But yeah, as you can see, the Bone Rangers deal quite a bit of damage. Just move up here, please. Grab that. Skip. And, yep. I mean, I guess I could have just punched and walked away, but same thing. Skip. Alright, so move here. And we want to attack you. And then we're going to push you into that trap. So it started off kind of hectic, but in the end it worked pretty well. We're just going to move up and I guess you want to move right through them. Skip that attack, pick up some of that loot. I'm thinking that we won't be able to pick up all this loot, and that's what it is. If I did bring in grab and go, this would be a pretty good opportunity for something like that. But so I think what we're gonna bring in is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, so we'll just bring in these two cards. Oh, actually, I can move right there and pick it up. So we'll get it. And we'll maybe start healing. We don't really have to heal too much, but yeah. Let's do that so the brute can walk by first. All right. So we're just going to move here and loot. So we will get all that money. Move up to here, please. Don't worry about healing, and skip the attack. We don't want to open that door, especially with you. Skip movement. What is this one? Okay. Now I could, and I think I will, just long rest with the brute. I should have maybe healed the tinkerer in that case. And we're going to long rest back here as well, so we can take some stuff back. So long rest. This is going to be kind of a boring turn here, but it will be worth it. Maybe we long rest here, so we just have everything. Yeah, let's just take a bunch of. There's no reason to spend 2 cards, and you can just go in right away. So, yeah, let's do it that way. So brute. I'm kind of thinking either eye for an eye. Eye for an eye. Yep. That'll bring back his shield. His hide armor is back to normal. Okay. Oops. Let's see here. I think proximity mine. The 6 damage trap is useful, and I think I might want to keep it. Plus there is a move for the flamethrower is really useful for shielded enemies because of the wound. Reviving shock might be another good one to get rid of. But the problem is that it's such a major heal, and as you've already seen, they can deal quite a bit of damage. So I might want to keep the heal. I think proximity mine might be the one I drop. I'm kind of really bad about placing traps, but I probably would have gotten rid of volatile concoction. Maybe would have been a better choice, but let's proximity mine. I am not going to need too much movement, and this takes us a turn to set up before I can use it, so let's burn that one. Healed, and then he brought back all of his stuff. As for you, we definitely need this so that we can get in the room quickly. We definitely need that one. This one might be a good one to get rid of. So, Impaling Eruption. So this way we have the goggles back again. So, end. Alright, boring turns over. We want Ride the Wind so we can get into the room. We can go invisible when we get there, we'll think about it. But maybe something like that. 1, 2, 3. So we can do. Where is it? Leaping Cleave. We can jump in and bring in some air. So she'll also be bringing in air, but in this case we can do something like frost armor for the above attack, so it's a bit stronger, and then she'll also be bringing air in at the end of her turn, so that will set up the brute for the next turn. I'm thinking spare dagger, just so when he walks in, he can attack anybody he wants. And we can use the boots to get in a bit further if we need him. I think I'll use them anyway. Net shooter might be a good idea. Or stun shot again. You know, I think I might do the trap. Go in, set up a trap. Something like that. That way we can use it as a wall. So if someone will have to go, an enemy will have to walk around it instead of attacking. So that means we just need to get in there, and let's see, there's been a lot of planes taking off this morning, which is unfortunate, but I guess we'll use Ink Bomb just to move in. I'd like to keep this, but I have plenty of other, like, controlling. This one is nice for hitting pretty hard, but the other ones are more controlling, so I think I'll stick with those. Okay. We also have a lot of dogs in the neighborhood. So, everyone's ready. I think going late for them is completely fine. I don't see a reason. Although I could go early with her. No. We'll go late because I want the ally here, Mystic Ally, to start moving up. So we'll go with this. We will jump in. Let's bring our put our boots of striding on. Okay. So let's see what they're doing. They're moving, attacking, and healing. And at the moment, 1, 2, 3, they would be attacking both here, the Tinker and the Brute. So moving kind of back would allow the Tinkerer to take some damage, and I'd rather be keeping him a bit safer for, especially in the first turn of the moving into a new room. The corpses are just going to be moving and muddling, so I'm not too worried about that. Then the Bone Rangers are going to be healing 1 for 2 targets and then attacking, but that's at range 2, so they're range 5 and 4. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moving into here isn't going to really do much to the Brute. So if I do go here, yeah, let's just do that, because even let's see, the living bones aren't moving very far, so we'll just move in 1. Okay. They are going to heal, though. You know what? No, we're going to just stand right here so that I can attack this guy. This way, if I attacked a living bones, they're just going to heal right after. So don't worry about that. He's gonna move up. Ow! This is... There's not much I could do about that, so... Gross. So, muddled, and can't move this turn. Next turn. So I guess there's not much I can do. Like, making a trap at this point's not going to do anything. I could attack these two with Ink Bomb, and then maybe get a couple cards back from, like, the 2 cards that he just played, which is not a bad idea. That would only be 1 card. Because the problem now is he's going to be stuck here next round anyway. But he probably won't be able to get past these 2 in the following round. I think what I'm going to do here is just attack these 2 and try and kill them, maybe. Let's go with Eagle Eye Goggles as well. Yeah, let's just go for it. So this one will heal. Oh, that's right, you can't heal now. His turn's already up. So I think that was kind of worth it. I'm not really convincing myself very well, but in this case, no, it's a discarded? Yeah, discarded card. In this case, since he's going to be standing still, let's take Spare Dagger so he can attack and then attack again. I was thinking to take Leaping Cleave, but the faster that we can kill this guy, the better. So, yeah, Spare Dagger. That will help. There's nothing else? No. And yeah, so we're going to, I could stand right here actually and then go invisible, and that would reduce the amount of damage incoming. For the brute next turn. I think I might do that. I'll go right here. Let's make sure she has some extra cards here. So if we're going to use these 2, there's 3 cards and then 3 that are already burned. Yeah, this should be good. Zigzagging our way up there. Skip the movement and then attack using, well, I guess it doesn't matter. We'll just consume the other thing. And we want to I mean, we could start dealing some damage here. But as I said, they're pretty easy to handle. Now let's start dealing some damage there. That's good. That would have been nice. It would have killed him, but now we definitely want to be going invisible. Okay, so end her turn. Now let's make sure that she goes really late, and that's not going to be easy. I mean, we could do, I was thinking this one and this one, right? In that case, then we could do like attack 2 and attack another 2, basically both at range. But I think we have to go with Reviving Ether on this because of how late it is. I don't want her to become visible while before their turns. So we'll go with, instead of this, we'll go with Flaming Strike. And maybe what we can do is either jump away or we could kind of punch and then maybe hit at range with Flame Strike. So we'll see what that goes with. I think healing would be good, but he could probably do that by himself. So let's do something like Stun Shot. We can stun somebody. And Flamethrower. I'm not sure that's necessary though. Let's go with Enhancement Field. And we'll want him to go after, so Spare Dagger and maybe Warding Strength to make sure that he takes a little less damage. There are some, let's see here, 1, 2, there's only 2 traps. I think I'll be using Fatal Advance on someone like this guy or this guy back here, one of the elite rangers. Yeah, since I'm not moving, I think that's probably a good idea. I'll use the bottom action here and then Spare Dagger maybe to attack someone else. I don't think I'll be killing him this round, but I think in this case we can just stun him and yeah. So they're just going to heal, of course. They're going to move up, and this one is just going to take some damage. Oops. Yeah, so they're kind of being pains, but let's use this. And we'll stun that living bones here. I doubt we'll be dealing any damage, but oh, okay, pulled a +2, fantastic. Great, so the next round he won't be doing anything. Let's grab some extra shield. We will heal. And, you know, I was thinking of attacking here. I would have rather that, but let's just attack there. Alright, no damage, but oh well. Nothing I can do about that. It's not going to do anything. Ouch. Wow. Okay. So, it's looking like undo. It's looking like the better thing to do here is maybe just step back here and because I mean she does have a fast card here. My problem is that okay. So I didn't actually get to use that. Unfortunate. Um, I think what I might do, this sounds kind of weird, but I could do something like move up and then next turn move back, because I still have Mana Bolt in my hand, and I'll be getting either Flame Strike. I'll be getting 2 of these cards back. This one, definitely want this one. So we could use that again to kind of move away. So let's move up. I don't want to go too far. 1, 2, 3. I was thinking to come grab this, but then she'd probably be dead after that. So let's move up to here. Skip the rest of that movement, and then use this to hit this big guy. Alright. We need to short rest. That's fine, we'll burn that. And we need now Mana Bolt, and we'll use Frost. Oh, nope. We need Reviving Ether so we can move back again. Okay. Probably Restorative Mist. And how much help does he need? 4. See, the problem here right now is that they're all back here, and I know that was my doing. They couldn't really come up and target, but we really need to be dealing with these guys fast. So since you're stuck here, I'm not too worried about that. Let's see what we can do though. I almost think the move 6, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then kill this guy. Or stand here and kill that. We really need to be dealing with these guys fast. So that would be 2 burn cards. Would it be worth it? I'm not sure yet. 1, 2, 3. I could do something like Provoking Roar to disarm them instead. And then Skewer. That does get rid of Skewer. But I'm seeing that it's kind of necessary that we really need to control these guys. And if it happens that they're not going to do much, then I can deal with someone else instead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's still not enough. Okay, so we're gonna have to use Skewer to get move 6. That should potentially get rid of a couple guys here, but we could also run in with Disorienting Flash and just stun instead of heal. In this case, he's going to be too far to heal, so I'll take that off now. And I think what I might do is I'd like to be going in a bit earlier. So maybe we use... I'd like to be using Net Shooter as well, so I guess Toxic Bolt. We'll use Toxic Bolt just for the move. Because we have things like Net Shooter, Reviving Shock, flamethrower. These can all be doing some better damage. And then disorienting flash to try and stun a couple guys. And selection. We need to be going early this time. So they're not moving. But their range is really far. Mobilize and muddle. And then living bones are going to be attacking, so like a normal attack here. Well, alright then. Won't have to worry about that one. I kind of forgot about her attack there, but so I'm a little less worried about her. What I could do is let him target her. Let me think what... So I think he's still going to come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, now he can walk over there easily, but... and then disarm. This is going to move 3 and then attack for 2. Well, let's just attack him. There's nothing here to consume, but we really need to focus on him. So 2 more damage. And I'm just gonna move back here. I think we'll pick up some of this loot here. I'm not too worried about I don't think these guys are going to be killing, and then we can certainly stun with the maybe we can't now. It might have been better for him to stand here to stun both of these guys, but oh no, we definitely want to stun that one. Okay. We're fine. Brute. Brute. I mean, we could just have him stand here and then hit this, but then we're not disarming anymore. And we definitely need to disarm, so let's maybe... Since they're not moving... Oh, man. Yeah, I guess we should... I guess I'll come up here so I can get some of this loot. Alright, so skip the rest of the movement. It's burned, unfortunately, but... this guy's now disarmed, which will be pretty nice, and his turn. The Tinker's turn. Move up here, and then disorienting flash. We want these 2 to be stunned. So none of these guys will be taking a turn this round. This one will deal damage, and this one's coming down to deal with her. So she'll be stuck next round and muddled. But I'm not too worried about him at this point, so... her Mystic Ally is probably going to deal the death blow to him next round. Wow. Okay. Shield Bash. Overwhelming Assault, maybe? That would be killer for that. And then Fatal Advance could be used to kill this one. Short Rest. I mean, I have to burn that one so that I can get this one back. So we'll go with this. Yep. And then it might be a good idea to try and heal him, the brute. Or nope, not reviving shock. Flamethrower. To come up here and start dealing with this. He might... I think Overwhelming Assault might be too much for him now, but he might just punch him instead. We'll see what they end up doing, but I think everyone's done. Yep. End. So pretty normal, and then the living corpse is just going to take damage. Yeah, so as you can see, yes, they take a lot of damage to kill, but they're pretty easy to control. So we want the shield. And I think I might just punch him instead. I don't... Let's see what he has here. Chances are pretty good about pulling one of these. We still have the +2. I say we go for it. I mean, I think it's necessary to really start killing this. Yeah, good. I was just afraid of pulling the null here. End his turn. So we're gonna move up here. We're still going to go with the attack. We'll put everything we've got into it. And of course he pulls the null. So this does wound them, which is nice. So this guy's dead. This one is wounded. There's a chance he can heal himself, as we saw before, though. Let's see what she does. Yep. So that thing's dead. And let's use... Oh, right. This is a mistake I do all the time. We can't help, which is unfortunate because we need... we need to use the top action of this card. So, yep, we're just gonna burn through these cards. What I will do is return this back so I can recall her, and then gain back my cards. So I won't be gaining this card back, and that's fine. But what it does is it prevents her from gaining some damage, so I can put her right in the face of this guy and not really have to think about it. And her turn. Take a damage. And that's nice, but that's not nice. 5 damage still. And that's dead. Okay. So we're gonna need to take a... I think actually what I might do is... He's just gonna take a long rest. She can... I think what I'm gonna do is put her in the face of this guy so she gets hit from him, and then we can start dealing with that guy. Now she doesn't have to move all the way here. I guess she could stand right here. So let's use Flame Strike. No, you know what? Let's. Which one was it? This one. Let's make sure we'll get all the way in the elite's face here. And then you can immobilize. No, heal for 2. Heal 5 at a range 2, the brute. And we'll use I'd like to get hook gun, but I know we'll be fine. So 19 so that we can kind of go early. Maybe just punch him and see where it goes. Alright, that's fine. So from here, I think we can do it. Let's use ice. I don't think I've used ice yet. I'm trying to... Okay. Trying to use all of the... consume all of the different types to be more... I think there's a sticker that you can get, or there's a couple of things that unlock by doing that, so... we're just gonna punch you. Hey, not bad, it's still dead. And then heal you. I could have healed myself, but now myself being the Tinkerer, but since that's gonna die anyway, it doesn't really matter. 0 damage, that's awesome. Brute's turn. We want to just get rid of the latest card he has. Back up to full health, that's awesome. Short rest. Sure. We'll use hook gun and heal. So he can get all of this loot here. And then just heal himself. Unless there's something else. I don't really see anything else though. No. Okay. That's fine. Next would be her. I could do something like Flame Strike and... Well, Mystic Ally, we'll bring him back in. And then Flame Strike. But we'll go late. No, we want to go early so that this attacks her at least. And then Fatal Advance will kill it. And something like... Well, maybe we do this instead. That way we can maybe pick up the coins. No. Oh man, I know I'm just trying to like game the game at the moment. So what we'll do is we will go up and kill it, but I wanted to make sure that somebody would pick up coins at least. So So we're just going to move up. We will take this spot because I want to take that damage as I was talking about before. Skip the movement. Oh, that's right. It's not normal. I'm sure whoever's watching this is just screaming. Well, skip action. Nope, undo. We'll just we'll punch him. Yeah, he's gonna heal himself. Oh man. Okay. Heal you, because you're up in his face. Ah. And I used the 2 cards that would have been... we'll use that and that. And you take no damage. Okay. So, at least now we will start chipping away at her. We might as well use that. I don't know what that was. A 0 and a -1. Okay. Oh, wow. Actually, we'll use these 2. Move up and then stun it. Or not stun it, we can stun it next turn. It's just slowly beating it up. Yep. So we'll move up here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can't go that way. And then... Well, alright then. I think all of the money is just those 2 left over, so we'll just, whatever. Move up here. Skip, loot, confirm. Alright, that's the end of it. I apologize at the end. I know I was thinking too much, but I was trying to puzzle my way with getting as much of the loot as I could. And it turned out to be worth it. I didn't get to see, but we'll see here in a second. It seems they return to the dust like any other undead. Now let's see what the archaeologist can reward us with. Alright. So, getting closer. Unkillable. The brute prevents 50 attack damage with shield condition. Not bad. I think that might be a perk point for the brute. Enemies killed. Really, there were only 8 enemies? That seems... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably because the Mystic Ally probably killed 2, and it doesn't count. It should count. In the board game, it would count, I believe. Damage done. The Tinkerer took the first place there, but everyone's pretty close. Damage taken, 16. Healing done, 10 by the Tinkerer. Good job. Loot piles, gold piles looted, 8. 13, 14 times, I think, 3. So that's over, what is that, 52, I believe? No chests. XP, there we go. 8, 9, and 11. That's great. And then items used. So nicely done. And after we click through these, we'll end the episode, but I'll show what has been unlocked for the next episode. 5 XP each. Great. Amulet of Life is kind of okay. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's a good way to get rid of a poison and then heal yourself in the same turn, or get ready for somebody to heal you. So it's useful, but I find that it's best used for poisons or removing wounds, for that matter. And then we unlock the City of Slate. The first item dug up from the city was an amulet with healing properties. It's now in stock. Have you ever wondered why so many corpses have a healing potion in their pockets? That's a pretty good question. Because they're already dead. They should have used their healing potion, right? And they wouldn't have died. Okay, so next time we will level up the Spellweaver. It doesn't look like we have anything in the trainer. Maybe with the money that we've accumulated, we can start looking at some enhancements. And the spice root scenario has been unlocked. Now this one looks painful, right? We have cave bear, we have bears, vipers, hounds, and then every kind of vermling. So that's kind of gonna suck, right? So we have, neither of these have been unlocked. Spice root, this one still needs the crag heart. I'm open to going here, but I'm kind of liking the dynamic of these three at the moment. The crag heart is more of a ranged character, but he can be a tank that punches as well. But he does have more ranged abilities. We do also have some extra scenarios. There we go. So we can go for this relic, and we now have jobs. I don't know. I think this might have opened up. You know what? I don't know when this opened. I kind of assumed that we only had that one option, but maybe we had more options. Well, we have more options now. So for the next time, we can choose between Hounds of Despair, if we want the Cragheart to join, Spice Root, just one ring, and then jobs will give us extra money, which is really good for the Enchantress, or enhancing our cards. So Vaults of Pus, yummy. The Undead Infestation, and these Robes of Evocation is a pretty interesting one. It will add, you can burn any or consume any element to add +1 to an entire attack. It's pretty nice. And Gremlings. So with that, if you want me to go in a particular direction, leave your vote in the comment section below, and whichever one has the most votes, I'll go in that direction. If there is a tie, then I'll make a choice, and if sadly nobody votes, then I'll just make my own choice, and that's okay. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.